Hey all, it's been about 6-7 months since I bought the Samyang 35 to 150mm from a Panasonic S5. Since then I've shot a few weddings and events, so I thought I would share a few photos along with the aperture settings within Lightroom for those curious to see how it performs. So I've got Lightroom in front of me here, and I'm just going to really just have a casual look through and a little brief on the photo and what the aperture was, because I'm sure there's some people out there that want to see how the depth of field or the shallow depth of field is like across different focal ranges. I thought this might be a decent indication, and just the performance in general, like the sharpness and what have you. So let's pick a photo at random here first. So where should we go? This bridesmaid one looks like it's got a nice bit of bokeh. So this one was shot at 72mm and f2.5. Let's have a little zoom in there. I am going past 100. Oh no, I'm actually at 100%. So on that particular one, the focus could have been a little bit better on the face, but yeah, it's got quite a nice shallow depth of field at f2.5 there. We're approaching 85mm. So this one was low light as well, actually, so that explains the not exactly rapid shutter speed of an 80th of a second, because the ISO was 1600. Let's have another look here. What else have we got? This one was shot outdoors. This one is 1/25th of a second at 35mm and f2. So that's the widest open that the lens will go at 35mm. And it's a nice intimate shot of a wedding couple just in front of the car. Just go through a couple more. We've got one here by the lake, which is 62mm f2.4. So that's got a nice shallow depth of field as well. Let's have a look at the general sharpness. Yeah, it's nice and sharp, that one on the bride. We've done a few studio shots for this couple as well. So here's one here. I have cleaned the backdrop up in Avoto AI because I do use a paper roll, but they get a bit creased. But it's the quickest way to fix that is with Avoto these days, rather than manual sort of patching it out or cloning it out and smoothing it. So this particular one is 40mm f6.3, but you don't really go for shallow depth of field in a studio because obviously there's no background to look dreamy. You're literally shooting on a grey or white. In this case it was a white backdrop, I think. No, or was it? I mean, it looks grey, but that's all dependent on the light. I think actually this was grey with a light on the backdrop which lightened it. So yeah, they're a handsome couple. Let's skip to a couple of event photos. This was a humanitarian summit that I shot in London. This was very low light. We're shooting at like ISO 3200 here. I used to flash a handful of times, but when it's people on stage speaking, you don't want to keep firing the flash at them because it would drive them nuts. So yeah, a lot of it was shot without the flash. But this one here is f2.8 at 108mm. So I zoomed in a fair amount. So some nice compression there. This one f2.7 85, fairly shallow. And this one is 2.8 at 35, so it's a little bit soft, but nothing dreamy or what have you. Yeah, it's just your generic kind of meeting sales shot. And this one I wasn't going for shallow depth of field because they wanted the branding in the background. But yeah, going back to this other wedding, this is a second wedding. This is f2 at 35, so that's got some nice dreamy bokeh with the lights. So yeah, it's a very good all-rounder. I mean, I've shot with a Nikon 85 f1.4, and it's obviously not quite up there with things like that. but then you don't have the kind of rapid changing of lenses all the time, so you can just concentrate on keep moving and shooting. So a couple of more bokeh shots here. So this one is the lovely bride and pretty bridesmaid, and this was at 35mm f2 and 100th of a second at ISO 1000. So yeah, it's got some nice soft lights in the background. And looking at this, I must have used the flash, or did I do a mask and boost the subjects? Just having a little look. No, it doesn't look like there is any masks in there, so I must have used the flash. Can't remember. I've done so many shots the last few months. Let's have a look here. And yeah, that's got some nice soft bokeh balls. And this one was a nice moment with his daughter at 50mm f3.2. So not wide open, but still, because I'm quite close to the subject, it gave a nice blur. Let's see what else we have here. You can maybe have a look at. I was hired to shoot a 50th birthday party in London. I think it's called the Old Navy Club or something. It was very posh anyway, as you can see by the subjects. But yeah, that was a fun event to shoot. And this was again quite low light, so the ISO on this is 6400. This one's 35mm and f4. I didn't want to completely blur out the background because it had like prestigious. It was a prestigious building, so you want to get some of that in the shot. And this one's a bit more wide open at f3.5 102mm, so I was zoomed in a fair amount there, so I was obviously quite a bit further back than the photo makes it look. And here's an action shot of a lady at f2.8. Again, this was ISO 6400, but I think I've applied, oh no, it's a raw file, so I'm not sure if I've applied the noise reduction. You've got the basic noise reduction, but you've also got the sort of denoise plugin in Lightroom now, which renders a new file and sometimes saves it as a TIFF, I think. So, anything else here worth seeing on this video? It's a nice shallow depth of field of just like the flowers and a wine glass. But I shall be doing a video on some studio shots that I've taken with it as well, which is a larger depth of field and all studio lighting. I've actually put one in this group of images by mistake, but I'll just show you it. So I do quite a lot of corporate headshots, as well as like I've recently done a nice Valentine's shot with a lady in a red dress. You can see that on my Instagram actually. But yeah, I shall be making a dedicated video to portraits with this lens, but it's very sharp. There's absolutely no problem with the sharpness on this lens, and overall it's a very good all-rounder. If you saw my previous video regarding the lens creep and the fix, I've been using it with an O-ring for, well, since I bought it, so 6 months, and it works fine. It stopped the creep. But I'll put a link at the end of this video to the fix for the lens creep issue with the O-ring, a little demonstration on where to buy it and how to fit it. But yeah, it works great. You might get a very slight rubbing noise sometimes, but generally I don't notice it at all. It almost looks factory. So that's all for now. But yeah, if you'd like to see some more content, please hit subscribe. It's a bit of a casual video, this one, but I'm sure anyone who's just bought this lens or looking to buy it will find it useful. And yeah, that's it. I'll catch you soon.